Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing this fine Christmas season? Hope everyone's doing well. Had a great weekend. Hope you did too. Just got back from trying to watch the parade, but after 2 hours of waiting and they didn't reach us yet, we left. We went to Hooters and got us some chicken wings. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you can see the almost full moon behind me tonight. The window's kind of in the way, the window frame. Well, the full moon wasn't carnage as I expected it would be. We didn't have any big news. I'm going to say it again. I don't think we're going much further down. I think we pretty much stabilized. So the predictions that we were going to take another huge candle down were wrong. It did go down a little bit, but not that much. This morning we This morning we went on the Polar Express train ride. We had a train that here on the Pacific side that took us about halfway across the country. Then they turned around and came back. That was freaking cool, man. But I had to get up very early, and Randy getting up at 7 a.m. is not cool. I haven't worked a job in years, so me getting up at 7 a.m. is like, what's happening? Who am I? Where am I? My son's the same way. Neither one of us is a morning person. Anna gets up at 7 a.m. every morning. She's got her routine, but not the boys. We're still there snoring away. Oh, man. All right. Let's see how everyone's doing. I'll hold Yield Chaser's comment for later. Serena, good evening. Benny, good to see you, sir. Good evening, Doug. Hello, Corey. Good evening. Lots of big stakes ending recently, but few are selling. Eric, I know some people in the same situation. They know where Hex is going. They're not going to sell now. Hey, Randy, reporting for class. I hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, TechSec, I sure did. Colombian for hire. How's the stomach feeling? Jeremy, I'm feeling fine now. Okay, I got to tell that story. So I grew up in the U.S., and one of our traditions for Easter is hard boiling eggs and coloring the eggs, right? And you got them in your Easter egg basket, and then over the course of a week or so, you eat your hard boiled eggs. That's how it was when I grew up, right? Well, I hard boiled some eggs, and I let them sit on the stove. And I ate one or two about 5 days after I hard boiled them. And I just had this bad feeling after I ate them. I'm like, oh man, I think I made a big mistake. And then I messaged my mom. You always got to go to your mom. I'm like, Mom, did I make a mistake? She goes, honey, you didn't dip them in vinegar. You got to dip them in vinegar. That's why they last. Like, oh man. Oh, crap. So yeah, I paid for that one. It was just nauseous all day. Oof. Yeah. Sandy Beach. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing tonight? Bonjour, CJ. If you guys are coming to Panama, now's the time to come. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The weather's been amazing. Good evening, Johnny. No problem. I'm here to help. Full Moon Fever Tom Petty. Holster Vader. Hey, everybody. Randy, hope you're feeling better. Ted, I'm much better. Way, way better. What's the economy like in Panama this holiday season? Okay, so there are some things that I could sense or see that are different. One is there's much less Christmas decorations than normal. And the government didn't put as much effort into the decorations. It's the same thing for the malls. I noticed there was less expense for the malls. That means the box stores are not performing as good as they usually are. There's a lot more people asking for money this year. You stop at a stoplight and there's usually somebody there, either they want to wash your windows or they're asking for money, which is really sad. I never saw that pre-pandemic. Never saw that. And if you did, it was in the rougher areas of town, but now you see it everywhere. And up and down our main street, when it gets to be about 6:30, 7 p.m. at night, when the sun goes down, so many people walking up and down the street with their kids asking for a handout and stuff. It's really sad. I mean, this economy was not like this pre-pandemic. Good evening. Locked up more T shares, 9 to 15 years. That's the way to do it. The Bills won. Thank you, Scamface. Yes, they are. 2 in a row. I haven't watched the replay yet, though. Usually I watch the on YouTube, they have these cut up versions where you can watch it in like 5 minutes, the game. Yes, they do. Hey, Jesus, I'm with you. I love hard-boiled eggs. I'm a big fan, but sometimes you do stupid things, and that was a stupid thing for me to do. Hey, Randy, what is the ticker symbol for ticker symbol for HSI stakes? What exchanges can you buy and trade them on? I don't think there's a ticker symbol for them. You just have to look for HSI Hedron. Look under Hedron and they should pop up. I've never went and bought one, so I'm not quite sure. Right now, excuse me. God, every time I come in this room, I had the AC running beforehand, so it's nice and chilly. If you go in and do the regular Hedron HSI auctions on the ICOSA app, that's where you're going to get your best deals. You're not going to get your best deals on OpenSea. Just let you know that. Bang for money was pretty normal in Costa Rica. Yeah, Weber. Yeah, even up there, their economy is in much worse shape than ours is, because Panama still has the canal, right? We're the biggest trade hub in this hemisphere. I like egg salad. Me too, Jesus. All right, so first let's get into the topic tonight, and I want you guys to be part of it because this is we are a community, and I did a live stream on Thursday, I think it was, with the founder of EdaSwap. Him and I go way back, friends in crypto, but we have differing opinions, and his community is really upset with me because I questioned Mike on the live stream about the differences between CeFi, centralized finance, and DeFi. In my mind, this is how I see DeFi. DeFi is when you have a product that is 100% based on blockchain technology that does not have a third party that you need to rely on. It is a smart contract. You interact with that smart contract. You go in, you go out, 100% safe in your wallet. To me, that is DeFi. All right. There's no employees. There's no team. There's no website. There's no code that can be changed. So the code is immutable. That to me is DeFi. There's very, very, very little DeFi, true 100% DeFi in crypto today. Very few. All right. I could use Curve. I mean, to me, that's about as DeFi as you're going to get without talking about Hex, Curve Finance. Maybe some of these other protocols like the gold standard DAO, where I talked to the gentleman last week. Those kind of things I really like. You interact with a smart contract, you get paid your yield, and then you mint your yield. Boom. Easy. Gold standard DAO is not perfect because I think they could still change they still have the admin keys. I imagine I haven't brought that up, but that is the question I'll have for them. So that'll be one tick on the bad side, right? For me, that'll be more towards CeFi. Now, where do you guys stand when you look at the difference between DeFi and CeFi? And Yield Chaser here, this was his answer. Before I even started the show, he already put his answer for us. He said, I'd say if the founder owns more than 80% and the code says he gets 50% of early end stake fees, I would have to call that CeFi. Hex is CeFi cleverly disguised as DeFi. That's fair. I think it was game theory. That the 50% is game theory that goes to the OA. The OA bought over 80% of the tokens. It's much more than that, actually. It's more like 93 or 94 or 95% that the OA owns. they picked up more than that percentage of the tokens. And they're available. You could have bought them too. Everyone could have bought them. So I think that's pretty fair. But I get the argument. Some people don't like Hex because they think it's too centralized. Anybody else have anything to say about that? Let's see. Finally caught you live. I'm usually tied up with kids at this time. The man, the myth, the legend. Any idea when we can connect hardware wallets to Oryx wallet? No, I have not heard. I'll get back in with them tomorrow. I've been just enjoying Christmas this whole weekend. So I will talk to them. Is the anything like true DeFi meme coin? Nilsson, I don't even know what that is. It's not, if it's a meme coin, I don't know if it's decentralized. I mean, it could be if they just launched a smart contract and the coin's out there. That's it. Hey, Brendan. Now remember, Bitcoin to me is true DeFi. Truly, it is. I have nothing against old man Bitcoin. Okay. Do I think the price is going to perform very well? No. When I first got into crypto, did I get into crypto for the tech or for the money? I got into it for the tech. I got into it in 2014 before we knew we can get rich off this stuff. My first ICO was in what's it called? The DAO, the DAO. That was my first one, and I lost my ass on it. So yeah, I didn't get into this stuff for the money. I was a true anarcho-capitalist that would like to see the Federal Reserve be put aside. I'm a gold and silver guy, first and foremost. BB system, Randy, if you had 10K, how would you play it right now on Hex? Would you wait for the big dip everyone keeps talking about, or would you just keep buying under 3 cents every week? Yeah, exactly what I would do. Just DCA. All bets are off when Pulse Chain version 3 is launched. Your under 3 cents is probably going to disappear real quick. Yeah, Paul Sachs. Sorry about the edit chat. Stay. You know, I went off about that. I was pissed. And thanks, Paul, for pointing that out. Because I'm like, what the hell does this mean? Why is this in here? And then they were bragging. The team was bragging. Not Mike, but the team that was handling that stuff was bragging that it was one of my better viewed videos. It was like ranked number 7. When I talk about what we talk about tonight, that's where I get my best views. Not when I talk about gold and silver, not when I talk about other projects, is when I talk about Pulse Chain and Hex and the things that we really care about, which is 95% of my portfolio is right here tonight. Hex, Pulse Chain. Excuse me. Hey, Dane, how you doing? Get your channel back, or is that a new one? DeFi is interacting with a smart contract and no third-party risk. It's a spectrum. Yeah, exactly. It's a spectrum. And that's why I love gold standard DAO. Yeah, it's not 100% perfect. Yeah, it's not immutable code. I don't think. I have to ask, remember. But it's pretty simple. Stake my USDC, USDT, DAI, whatever I want to stake, and it spits out gold on the other end. It's pretty easy with the AUX token from my team, my guys at Team Load. So for me, that's pretty cool. Hex, I take my Hex, I stake it for a number of years or weeks or months, decade, whatever I choose to do. And when I mint on the other side, I get the principal plus the yield. I also get Hedron, which is pretty darn cool. Hedron's another one, right? It's just immutable code. That's it. Pulse will do well, but I also think PulseX will do great as well. I think PulseX will do greater numbers in the first 5 years than Pulse Chain. But after the first 5 years, Pulse Chain will start speeding up. Supply ownership or not, Hex is DeFi because its trustworthiness is immeasurable. Measurable. Yes. That's right, Johnny. The longer that the OA never sells a coin, the longer their arguments diminish, right? Like RH says, Satoshi owned 100% of the supply in the beginning. There you go. Anybody going to care about the Hex OA in 10 years? I don't think so. Highly doubt it. Why, Pac-Man? What's December 15th? I'm an OG. I put $1,000 in BitConnect. I avoided that one. I did not get hurt by that. I did something else. It was a Bitcoin mining company. Can't remember the name of it. I put a bunch of Bitcoin into it. I can't remember. And it spit out Bitcoin, but I never got back what I originally put in. So imagine if I put in like 10 Bitcoin into it back in 2015, I think it was. In the end, I may have gotten about 4 Bitcoin out. In the USD terms, it was way up, but in true Bitcoin, no, I lost my ass. What if in 15, 20 years, that said OA owns less than 15% of said supply? Hex may appear as DeFi now, but grow more into it over time, like Bitcoin. That's exactly my point. That's why the OA, because the OA gets watered down every day, right? Because of new inflation, and the OA is not staking their coins. So every day they get a little baseball bat to the kneecaps. I'd say if you're not giving up your keys to anyone for anything and you're 100% responsible for what happens with it, DeFi. Yep. The comment that rubbed me wrong was when he said, if you guys were watching, when he said DeFi was dead. And I turned around and I'm looking at my Hex here and my Bitcoin and Ethereum's down here. I forgot to light Ethereum tonight. And I'm like, DeFi's dead? I don't think so. What I saw die over the last couple of months was CeFi, centralized finance, BlockFi, Celsius, Voyager, FTX, all that shit died. That's all centralized finance. That's no different than this bank behind me with their Christmas lights, right? Middleman D, these guys. And I like what Dane says is there's a spectrum, right? You got the banker over here, and you got, let's go DeFi. The most DeFi is Hex over here, right? And you got a spectrum in the middle, how far they go. And I try to stay as much as I can over onto this side. Oh, here go the motorcycles. Crispy, good evening. Yeah, the De Beers like role the OA plays economic centralization, but the yield is 100% DeFi. Got to weigh the pros and cons of the OA holding so much as there are pros. Yeah, exactly. I love the whole De Beers thing. I think it was genius. Richard saw an opportunity that no one else was doing it, and he's like, ooh, I should do this. And he did it, and it's working great. Other one went poor. Oh, man. Sorry, Dane. So our video that we did, our interview is gone forever? Or is it still up on, you should still have it in your StreamYard, unless you deleted it. Ownership of coins and the functionality of the interaction with the code are different things. Success, ERC20, that the top 100 wallets don't own over 80% are a myth. Look them up. Yep, I agree. Thanks for stopping by, Johnny. Yep. I love the ability that we have, that we just interact with a contract. That's so freaking cool, man. And then nobody can change that contract. To me, that's true DeFi. Even if the OA went and dumped all their coins tomorrow, every single coin went to the market, what do you think would happen? We'd be buying that shit up. Everybody would be. And then in a year from now, no one will ever be talking about the OA again. And I've also heard people say that, oh, what if we just sent them to the dead address and just burned them all? Could, but why? Use it as liquidity, or use part of the tokens for liquidity or something. I don't know. Just talking out my ass here because I don't know what the coins are doing. But I'm cool the way the OA is. I don't need them to be burned. Went poof. Oh yeah, I know. That was really disappointing. YouTube sometimes they don't make any sense. That's why I back everything up with Odyssey. And thank you everyone that keeps signing up with Odyssey. I always check, and I get like 1 or 2 referrals a week. So you guys are still signing up. Also keep an eye on Realm Coin. It was at 230, now 1 cent. Metaverse game. Well, is the game active? That's the thing. If they're still building and they're still working on the game, then sure. It's the same thing with Ediverse. Ediverse is great. They've got Mad Trooper, and they got that game. They're working on a movie deal and all those kind of things. So I'll always keep some Edda. I just won't be as big as I used to be because I believe that DeFi is the way to go. Have you thought about bringing on those Hex guys from Mexico about stem cells? Yes, Mitch, I have. I totally have, and I will bring them on. I just have to message them on Twitter. You also have to consider the importance of dynamic liquidity. The OA can act as a Fed-like entity to control APYs. I think the SA exemplifies this concept even better, though. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I totally agree with that. Liquidity it's the one role that the OA can do. Not going to hurt anything. SWAP was irritated. I called them out on their coordinated bot accounts. Noticed how it triggered a massive response when I said I'm leaving. Queued quite the response. Yeah, I was pissed about the bots. There's no reason for bots. Yeah, seriously, I want the genuine conversation in the chat. I don't want to see bots bought and sent to my channel. What's the highest you managed to take Hex profits? 44 cents. And it just happened to be a day that I unstaked. I had to wait for my unstake. It was actually post that high. It was on the other side of the high. So here am I day after day. I'm like, okay, I need to take profits this bull run. I need to take profits this bull run. And lucky enough, the price was still pretty high when I was able to sell. Hex Monkey, good to see you, sir. Hope all's great on your side of the world. DeFi, you in the code, no middleman, multiple front ends, no admin keys, immutable. Bing. We have a winner, folks. I mean, that's all it is. It's so simple. I don't care about centralized finance. I don't give a crap about it. The only stuff I'm involved in that's centralized in some fashion is the gold and silver markets because they are a true, what's it called? Equity. They're a real company, you know? They need KYC. They need all that kind of stuff. Okay, I could deal with it. When it comes to crypto, no. ICOSA yield is a great hedge in the gate. Heavy metal Mexican. Trying to get me in trouble in the bear market. Nice HSI auction again today. Cool. Look, I looked at my ICOSAs before I started, and I was over here. I was like, oh, look at this. And it was beautiful. Everything is over 100% ROI right now. Everything. Not in USD terms, because I bought ICOSA when it was like $1.60. I think my highest was $1.80. And now it's, let me check ICOSA. ICOSA is 58 cents. So I'm down what? Okay, so in USD terms, I'm down. But it's still clicking every day. More ICOSA, more ICOSA, more ICOSA. What a great way to get yield. It is now. Good to see you. You guys with your little boxes. YouTube doesn't want to show it to me. CeFi and die. Yes. That's exactly how I feel about it. I got something cool to show you guys real quick. Just downloaded Aurochs Wallet. Looking forward to playing with it. Lunacy Point, go for it. I need to get more into it this week. They're fighting it on there. Thank you, Toxic Hedgehog. The thing is with the Aurochs Wallet, there are many updates coming. So they're going to bring the hardware wallet availability. They're going to, okay, I'm going to keep it cool. I don't want to spill too many beans. And let's share the screen real quick. All right, first, let's go back to Poly here. I want to show you, look, didn't I tell you guys that Poly and Hedron, we're going to go 1-to-1, and it should be 1.1 Hedron per Poly. So there still is profit to be made. It's going to regulate. They're going to come back because there's, when they did the numbers, it was 1.1 Hedron per one Poly. So right now we're at 1.16 poly per 1 hedron. It actually should be the other way around. So it will regulate. So this is like, if you're looking for something to do some profit in the hedron world, there you go. Poly guys, look at your poly. Let's see how ICOSA is doing on the market, because I haven't been paying attention to it too much. All right, it went back up to 63. Now we're back down to 58. Let's give it a little fire. If you guys know, if you don't know, use Dex Screener. It's amazing. And if you want to download it for your phone, it's not available on Google Play Store. You actually have to go here somewhere and get it. I can't remember, somewhere on the website to be able to download it to your phone. But it works great on your phone too. All right, let's look at the charts. Okay. Bitcoin on the monthly, we still got the green ORX indicator showing. Very good. I was hoping for this, that it would stick around. It's been a month, or not a month, 11 days. We've had this green ORX indicator. We could be getting near the bear end. I'm pretty pumped about this. Last month it showed up, but then it disappeared because of the whole FTX thing. It came back for this month. It's just telling us that all the signals are telling us, the TA and all that, is that we're near the bottom. And if you go back, the last bull, once we got the clear ORX indicator that all things were good, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months of bull. Then we had the first crash. Remember, we had a double top. That's when Richard called the top here. Then we went back down, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red, and then 1, 2 more green. So there's always an opportunity, guys. I think we're getting near there. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm so tired of the bear market. We could have the fighting back and forth for a couple months, and I'll be happy with that, and then probably launch off in May. But let's hope that Pulse Chain comes before that, so we can kick off the bull market and we can claim it. Hopefully that's Richard's thought process too. Here we go, Bitcoin. We got the sell yesterday on the daily. Went down a bit, not too much, but the demand index is over 0. That's very positive. And look, I mean, the fear and greed is chilling out. Look, dark orange. Now we're yellow. Okay, let's make these half the size and start turning around. Let's turn that frown upside down. Ethereum is not as pretty, by the way. It lost its green ORX indicator. And the fear and greed keeps going deeper for Ethereum. I don't know what's going on with Ethereum. And demand index is below 0. Ethereum needs to wake up. When it does, it should outperform Bitcoin, just like it did the last bull market. Look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days of red for Ethereum. Crossed under the DI for 0. That's not good. And the fear and greed hasn't changed much. Hex, oh Hex, why are we down 3.64% today? Okay, we still, obviously this isn't going anywhere. This is last month. We got the green ORX indicator last month. The demand index is still sitting below 0. If we got a green ORX indicator and it's this ugly, just imagine when things do turn around. Our fear and greed is not terrible compared to the other ones. Yeah, people argue that with using a decentralized exchange to look at the chart, it's not as accurate as looking at something like BitMEX or Binance, because we just don't have enough input. But still, it's telling us that we're getting near the end of the bear market here. Okay, so we have 4 days now. See, I have not looked at this since last week. So we had the green little dildo, and it just went red. Hedron's down almost 5% today. Look at this. Nice red slide we got going on here. But it's also calming down. The bleed is slowing. The body, we're trying to heal itself here. Talk medical terms. The platelets are coagulating and slowing down the bleed. We still got the green for the daily, but look how choppy this is. Goodness gracious. Come on, Hedron. All right. Load my batteries. All right, let's see what you guys got to say now. There will be a day where Hedron will be very valuable. That we'll be able to roll both of our yield and principal hex stakes. If hex goes up, if hex does a 20x or a 30x or a 100x, what do you think Hedron's going to do? Hedron's probably going to have a couple more x's than what hex has. So if hex goes 100x, I imagine Hedron will do 120x. Right? If in 15 years, Poly should do 200-300x compared to if Hedron did 200x or something, because it's going to get that massive amount of staking behind it. Clintrones, good to see you, sir. Yes, Sloth heard me talking about Poly and the good old things over on Hedron. Corey and I'll be streaming 5 days a week starting January. Oh, great. Love to figure out doing regular streams with you for sure. Happy to do that. What should we make the slogan for Hex? A T-share is forever. I guess this is a comment in regards to the whole De Beers diamonds thing. Oh, God. Hey, Daniel. Oh, goodness. Hey, Randy, I have a bit of a play with the Aurochs wallet. Do you know if there's a way to expand view like you can with MM? Not sure, Clintrones. I don't think so yet. I think it's just the regular, the extension box. That's all we have at the moment. What are your thoughts on the statements? No development in the GitHub on Pulse Chain for 8 months. But that's not true. I've seen people making screenshots and posting that there has been developments. I'm not sure. I'm from Mexico. Would love to get involved. Well, I don't know how. You could probably be a validator. You know, if you want to set up a node there in Mexico, that'd be awesome. I think more people need to do that too. So when I say a validator, when you do proof of stake, we need people all over the world as validators. We don't want folks just in the United States. Why? Because if the US decides to shut down Pulse Chain, and they can do it if all the nodes are in the US. Obviously, we know the people like Hodl Dog, he's in Switzerland, and he's probably going to do his stuff still. I would love to set up a node here in Panama. Maybe Daniel could set one up in Mexico. That'd be great. The more nodes that we have outside of the continental US or jurisdictions where the government could come heavy-handed, that would be great. I would love to see more of that happen. On the HSI auction, it seems to me there's a mega sale going on. Lots of cool deals. Crispy, that is so true. I keep seeing people saying, oh my God, I landed this one at like a 30 or 40% discount. Awesome. That really is cool. No bots. Okay, back in my cage. Ciao, folks. Toxic hedgehog. Dan says, Randy, have you bid on any T-shares in the HSI auctions? Anywhere from 20 to 50% discount? Crazy. No, I have not, Dan. Man, I don't know what to say. It's where I put my attention. Okay. I love the fact that I can go grab some cheap ones. But right now, the whole Chat GPT thing, I'm really taking the deep dive with Chat GPT and learning AI and stuff like that, because that's the future, along with blockchain. So I want to be well versed in it, right? I'm a marketer. I want to know how I can help my clients, and having to go learn auctions and sit there and compete for the auctions. Somebody with a Harley or something out there. I don't want to take the time. I feel like it'll pull my mind away from what I want to focus on. I get distracted way too easy. So I make my content at night with you guys. I spend a couple hours in the morning making it into short pieces of content. I post it across social media, and then I spend a few hours learning. And right now I'm learning about AI. Jesus, Randy, what good supplements methods to resist nicotine smoking habit? Oh, I'm not sure, Jesus. Everyone I've known that was successful that stopped smoking just did it cold turkey. Just one day they said, no, I'm not doing it anymore. For my grandpa, it was a heart attack. He had to have a triple bypass when he was like 56. My mom, just one day, she decided, no, I'm not smoking anymore. She was done. I think my brother and I made her feel really guilty. Yeah, I'm not sure. Can't help you on that one, because everyone I've known that tried, it was a struggle, man, really. Does anyone have a valid Telegram or alt Twitter for Corey? I just have him on Twitter, the new account. I don't have any other stuff. Danny says, look up Alan Carr, easy way to quit smoking. It made me quit. My mother also, and a lot of others I know. Before that, we tried everything, couldn't stop. Thank you. So Alan Carr with 2 R's. Johnny, people don't know how much gold and diamonds are in the ground. With blockchain, you know. Think of the OA of what is in the ground. There's a difference between total supply and available supply. Sure. I'm not giving up my gold, though, Johnny. I love my precious metals. What's up, everyone? Good to catch you live, Randy. Hexter Morgan, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Tons of great info in their Telegram chat. Avoid scammer DMs, though. these bots and the scammers, they're everywhere. My God. You know how many people message me like, Randy, do you have any ways to get rid of the bots on our channels? And somebody messaged me, I think it was Waters Above. He messaged me, he's like, Randy, he goes, when you got your check mark with YouTube, did it slow down the bots? I'm like, no, it didn't slow down any freaking bots. No. The bots don't stop. They don't care if you got a check mark or not. Do you see a 1 cent hex? Joseph Moreno, I do not. Not at this current time. The ORX indicator is green for the month. If people want to see 1 cent hex, we need some contagion in the market. Or we need some really big bag holder of hex to just say, you know what, I'm out. I'm selling all my hex. And maybe they have 3, 4, 500 million hex. That's what it's going to take. And they're going to have to sell it really quick, all at like in a few hours time. And that's when you're going to see the hex price hit 1 cent. Because there's too many folks in our community that are buying the stuff up. Can you tell us what the RX indicator is again? Sure. Let me pull it up. Actually read it from the website instead of just, you have to go under indicators, ORX, then you go ORX indicator. It's our in-house indicator, which predicts the entry points at 70% plus accuracy. Activate it and follow the simple long and short arrows to realize profits today. And that's it. Let me see. They say they have an article here. Dun, 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 dun. This is just talking about the history. Yeah, I was there launching in 2016, 17. Those guys were my buddies. We had a little private trading group, and it's been wonderful. And now they're going public this year. It's freaking amazing. I'm looking for the ORX indicator thing. No, there's nothing to worry about ORX indicator. Okay. So that's what it was, though. In-house indicator predicts the entry points at 70% plus accuracy. And it's better long-term. So don't try to use the ORX indicator to trade on your 1 minute, your 10 minute, 15 minute. I know some of you degenerate gamblers out there. It's not what it's meant for. It's meant for long trades. So Taraz, one of the founders, used to tell me, he goes, Randy, use it to trade like 4 or 5 times a year. So when I know how I just showed you that we have a green indicator on the monthly. So if that indicator sticks around like it did for Hex, so then you go in this month. So Hex went green November. So in December, once it painted and then you know it's there, you go in and you buy and you wait until it goes red again. And if you would have waited when Bitcoin turned green, it went 13 months of green, and then you sold when it turned red, you had nice profits. Very, very, very nice profits. It takes all the emotions out. You don't have to be wondering, you have to be sitting in front of your computer all day. Should I take profits now? Just follow the indicator. Great time to convert your Pulse Dogecoin to Hex. Entheosapien. If you have them, it's always a good time. Are the HSI auctions difficult to win? Are there bots? I've heard people like they'll put a bid in, and right at the end, somebody will come in and bid it again. So then they got to bid again, but that's how auctions work. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the wherewithal to sit down and fight over a stake. Brenton, I agree. The more nodes, the better. Yep, let's get these nodes all over the place. There's a private GitHub that does communicate on, aside from what we can see. Thank you, Paul. I was wondering because I see people doing screenshots and posting stuff on Twitter. So I know there's stuff getting done. GitHub has had no public changes in 8 months, I think, correct. But they can have private changes, just like it happened when testnet version 2 was released. Yeah. I'm hoping that, could this be the week that Richard comes out and says something like version 3 is almost ready to go. We're going to have it up and running next week. I'm hoping that we're there. Seriously. Can't be that far off. Unless they made some big changes to ETH 2.0, but I don't think so. Hey, Randy, it's hard to stay motivated sometimes because of people I tell about Hex, PulseX don't understand or believe in the crypto space. What do I keep motivated? What do I use to keep motivated? Well, Troy, I've been around a long time. That's how I stay motivated. I got in this game at January 2014. Bitcoin was 450. I watched it go down to, I think it was 210, something like that. And I couldn't be angry or anything. I was broke back then, so I had my handful of Bitcoin. I just wrote it out. I said, it's going to turn around. It has to, right? And I just like the technology. So I know today we look at these things and we say, ooh, this can make me rich, or I can make money off of this. And it changes, it really messes with your mentality. For me, it wasn't like that. I truly want to see the old school systems disappear. I want to see banks like this one, signs taken off, no longer a bank, and it can be used for something else. I don't think we need those guys anymore. I think blockchain technology gets rid of it all. How do I stay motivated? I stay motivated because I'm working. I'm in the pits. I'm doing this every day. I've been doing blockchain since 2014. So 8 years. It'll be 9 years in a couple of weeks. And guys can't shake me. When people come in, they try to FUD me out of my hacks and stuff. I'm like, dude, do you realize who you're talking to? When I find something I truly believe in, you can't shake me. You have to have some really, really bad FUD to get me to sell something. And because I'm staked out, average of 11 years for Hex, no matter what someone's FUD is, I can't do anything about it anyways. And that's the cool part of Hex. People are like, oh, that's not cool that you have to stake your stuff and it has to let it sit for so many years. Guys, that is a good thing about Hex. And let's segue really quick to why I don't use HSIs. I don't use HSIs because I have weak hands. I get tempted to sell on a double or a triple. So Hex goes up, say we're at 3 cents right now. I do an HSI stake at 3 cents. It goes to 6.5 cents. I'm like, oh, I doubled my money. Let me sell. That was old Randy, and I haven't gotten rid of old Randy. He's still in there, right? So with Hex native stakes, the traditional style of stake, I can't do that. I have to stake it and punt it out. So what I do with my HSI stakes is I tokenize them and I turn them into ICOSA and stake ICOSA for that short-term yield. And if I want to, I could sell some. If I want to, I could sell my Hedron. Not selling my Hex. No, 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 no. Been hard to catch these lives with a newborn, but glad I got here before the end. Hex Bear, congratulations, man. Enjoy this time. It's fun. It's absolute. It'll change you. When version 3, sir, is copy paste by 14 devs so hard? AK, I don't know. I'm not a dev. I'm a marketer. And I know copy paste for me is pretty easy. But for developers, I'm not quite sure. These guys are a lot smarter than me. Well, at least when it comes to development. And I don't question what they're doing. But hopefully they're working hard and they could have something out soon. I'm going to stick to my guns and say that Richard's timing the market. He wants to see if we hit that $10,000 or $11,000 Bitcoin. If that happens, he looks like a genius. If it doesn't happen, he launches at the bottom right here soon, I'm hoping. The HSI auctions feel like the old days of eBay. You have to be in front of the computer. Not sure if bots are active yet. See, Dan? That's what I don't want to do. Is that why we haven't heard from David Fetter in a while? Because he's sitting there all day long trying to win these HSIs. I wonder who won my stakes. I had a bunch of 10Xers, with a 10X Hedron, because I did mine the first day and turned them into ICOSA. I wonder who got my stakes. Yo, Randy, my man, how you doing? UFO to go? I'm doing pretty damn good. I'm jolly, Randy. It's Christmas time. Oh, God. That train this morning was awesome, though. They didn't have a Santa, though. They just had a Mrs. Claus. I was disappointed. No Santa. How long do you think it will take before the next bull market? Milson Greasley. Okay, so this is an easy one for me. The Bitcoin halving is in March 2024. All right. Typically, the bear market slows down and starts turning the other way shortly after the year prior. So it'll be March 2023 is when things will start turning around normally. It may be a little bit delayed this year because the macros are pretty ugly. When I say the macros, I mean the Federal Reserve raising interest rates. Like we were talking about earlier in the show, the economy here in Panama is suffering. I've never seen it this bad. The U.S. is suffering. Europe's a giant mess. Whole world's in trouble right now. So, it could take a little while, maybe a couple extra months until things start turning around, because the Fed cannot keep raising rates forever. Sooner or later, they have to stop doing that, or else they lose their mandate. Their mandate is to keep the interest under, this is the U.S. Federal Reserve, they have to keep the interest under 2% and also keep unemployment at a low rate. I don't know what the exact number is. Well, now we're at, they've raised rates up to over 4 now, and inflation is still out of control, and unemployment is getting out of control. So they call this stagflation. And it's the worst scenario that we could be in. So I don't envy the people at the Federal Reserve trying to figure out what to do right now. So it could take maybe an extra year. But no matter what happens, March 2024, the halving is happening. So at the worst, it's going to be 8-10 months from now. Microdosing shrooms can help quit smoking. Oh, yeah, 420 Hex? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. You better have a professional with you. Somebody watching you. My dad quit smoking cold turkey after 8 years. My grandma quit cold turkey after 60 years and went through open heart surgery to make her quit. Yeah, that's happened to my grandpa. I was in I think junior high school. Maybe I was in 9th grade, and I got that call. Oh, you got to cut. Your mom's here to pick you up, or something like that. And it was my grandpa because he was in the hospital. He had a heart attack. Cold turkey, though. Give up booze, too. Even the Genesee Cream Ale. That's our famous beer from our area, Genesee Cream Ale. Hey, Randy, is the liquidity building on ETH? Whiskey drinker, have not checked. I haven't looked at anything. I think it would mean it is going to survive as a blockchain. I think ETH will. ETH Fair, I'm not sure, but ETH, it's going to do fine. The fact that precious metals are finite at all makes it infinitely better than fiat. I like crypto better too, but gold and silver have thousands of years track record. Yeah, they do, and that's why I love them. I got the load token, which gives me the capability to, because they are a security, to have access to when the prices move up because of gold mining, refining, those kind of things. I get to benefit from that because I hold that token. And they also have AUX, which is their gold token. They have AGX, which is their silver token. I love it. Forget regular stable coins. Give me those. Jerk. SafeMoon tanked. I have not looked, but the last time I looked at their chart, they were down like 99.99%. Correct me if I'm wrong. Here, let's go look at SafeMoon real quick. Where is Dex Screener? I never owned it. Never will. 3027. Is there a USD version here? No. Oh, come on. All right. Let's go back. Days. Look, that's pretty. There's something missing there. Pretty fugly. That's on SafeMoon Swap. Interesting. So they're doing something. Well, it looks like they're building a whole community. Good for them. I don't know. They didn't do very good the first time around. That was a serious pump and dump, if you ask me. And they had it written everywhere, too. If you got into SafeMoon early on when that price is pumping, you should have known better. Oh, here comes my mama. Quitting smoking was the hardest thing I ever went through, and you both made me feel finally quit because you love me so much. Thank you. We were rough. My brother and I were rough with my mom about that. I wouldn't ask you to give up your metals, just saying more can be discovered at all, but all that matters is what is available for sale, not what actually exists. That's right. That's right. Good night. It is now. Good night. Did you see the huge wick down on Icosa last week, Randy? Yep. Looked like a dump down to 10 cents. Check it out on CoinGecko. Oh, I didn't. It didn't show on Dex Screener. I don't know why. Franklin, what's going on, man? It's all good. It's all CeFi if they swap people like BitBoy, who's effing legend. BitBoy got swatted? Are you serious? Did he really get swatted? It's happening a lot lately. Get the hell out of the US. What's up with Pulse Bitcoin? Are there any of you guys messing with it? Is it going to rug? I'm not touching it. Not at all interested. Like, I've made it clear many a times. Hex Info. He's not the friendliest person on Twitter, and because his face isn't out there, don't know who he is. I'm not interested. It's strange that new staker version being released soon makes me think Pulse Chain will be released soon as well. Yeah, but do they have an inside track, something they know that we don't? I don't know, but that'd be cool. I'm hoping. What do you think about the internet money wallet? Oxhexcan, I have not looked at it. Sorry. I am a paid team member of Aurochs. These guys have been loyal to me, friends of mine since 2016. That's all I got to say about that. What, jerk? What'd you say, jerk? Can't remember what you're coming. Oh, that they're going to disappear. Butters have no idea what's going on. No, they don't. Samuel Heidelberg. This is a brutal bear. The in-laws are trying to convince my wife to leave me because investing isn't a real job. LMAO, I need a good 50x to put them in their place. God, man. Why do they even care? My in-laws, they don't listen to me for shit. The mother-in-law, she made sure the whole family got their juice, and now her husband's on the bed post-stroke. And who's paying for it? Who's paying for his food and everything? Annabelle and I are. They don't listen for shit, man. That's part of marriage. Franklin, you're right. People don't know what's going on. I'll kill our parents for you for $2 billion safe. Jerk's in here to troll tonight. I live in Florida. Bank branches have been closing. Bank and buildings. Oh, really? Little Point, CBDC. They're coming for you. That's their plan. I still want to know what the impetus is that they're going to use to get everyone to go into the CBDCs. Is it just going to be free money? Hey, everybody, come get your free $500. Open up your Fed dollar app on your phone and download your 500 and go spend it anywhere you want. Really? Or is it going to be a tragedy? Something bad happens and they start paying everybody, oh, you got to download the app. If you want to buy bread at the store, if you want to get through this checkpoint, show me your Fed dollar app. They're using it to go buy bread or something. Who knows? So what tokens are you depending on for short-term wealth versus long-term stakes of HEX? Short-term is definitely Hedron and ICOSA. That's where I'm focused. For sure. I also have a bunch of this one, Pulse Doge Win. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of D shares in the Christmas show next week. That should be interesting. And the wife is going to join me. She said she'll come help me. Hey, Randy, I'm feeling Hedron pain. Any thoughts on how low we go? Tom, we have another auction coming up, a big amount of auctions in, time's flying. It might be like 8 weeks. So I imagine the buy pressure will be picking up a little bit, but we're all hurting, believe me. Do people even realize RH purposely made Bitcoin free claims for Hexkins in part to get them to take the Bitcoin off exchanges? Really? He did that? Franklin, you would know. You were around before me. So that is very cool, though. Get your coins off exchanges. I'm not putting that up there, jerk. Brandy, you should check out the brand Twinkly Christmas Lights. The customization with them is awesome. Really? I'm not spending any more money on Christmas lights. My wife is bad, man. She got all kinds of stuff this year. Milson Greasley, yep. Toblerone, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while either. Good evening, Randy. Great show as usual. You keep killing it. Mr. Max, I appreciate you. Toblerone, one of the guys that was around in the early days of Hexo streams. Pulse Grandpa, hey, good to see you. Grandpa Club. I was just thinking about that today. My son's 5 now. Hopefully he doesn't start, getting in trouble too young of an age, but say that he had his first child, say 25. Jeez. I'll be what, 68? Put a beating on me. It's not hard to quit nicotine. That was actually part of smoking advertising to get you to believe it's super addictive. After a few days, I didn't even notice it. And I was tobacco spitting hick. Did you rot any holes in your gums? Weird lunacy point. Up here in Canada, I'm noticing TD banks closing and saying they're moving to other branch and maybe new one come 2024. That's interesting. ARC up 200%, 7 times last night. Are you talking about ARC the token or ARC as in Kathy, whatever the hell name is, the stock lady? What website do you use to look at charts? Getaurox.com, June. That's for the Aurochs indicator and all that, GETAUROX.com. And I also use Dex Screener, DEXSCREENER. They're both really good. But Aurochs is the one with all the cool indicators. If Butt Boy doesn't get a packet of SEC letters, then I will beat my head against a brick wall for a minute or two. Yeah, man, that guy was just a shill. Bye. Great content, Rennie. Thanks for sharing what you know to help others make correct decisions. Whiskey drinker, I'm trying. I don't want to see anybody get wrecked. Excited. Hello. I've heard nicotine actually blocks the receptors that the vid uses to make you sick. Oh, really? Yeah, I did hear that. Smokers actually did very well during the pandemic. Lobster season in Australia now, Randy. Going for a dive soon. And you guys got the nice lobsters like we have down here. They're amazing. Same in New York City, bank branches closing everywhere. Wow, you guys. Well, we knew it was coming, though. It'll be how they give out the universal basic income. I know, yeah. What's that one? ICOD. Long before ICOSA returns to $1. The peg seems ruined at present. Yeah, it's ruined right now because of all these auctions. Lots of inflation coming to the market. Hey, Maddie. Good to see you, sir. There's so much inflation that it's causing the peg to... There isn't really a peg. It's a soft peg. Smokers will be able to afford a lung transplant at end of 25. Oh, good. ARC. I remember ARC back in the day, the original ARC. I used to own it. Yep, during the claim phase of Hex, you had to create a signature from your BTC wallet in order to get your free Hex. RH is always doing multiple things at once. This to me is most underrated. Interesting. Yeah, I knew he was doing it. I had a bunch of friends. BitBoy did get served from SEC papers, although he didn't say what for. Okay. I had a bunch of friends that were scared to do the Hex claim with a signature on their Bitcoin wallets. I was like, you guys, you know nothing about crypto. How embarrassing that was. If they're watching, yeah, it was embarrassing, guys. All right, thank you, everybody. I am out of here. I'm going to go relax with the fam. Sounds like my son's asleep. Cheers.